Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Doctor and my friends. My name is Muhammad Arash Fitri bin Nur Effendi, matric number 269472. In this video, I will explain about the great man theory. Alright, firstly, what is the great man theory? Before that, I want to ask, have you ever heard the phrase, great leaders are born, not made? This quote sums up the basic tenet of the great man theory of leadership, which suggests that the capacity for leadership is innate. According to this theory, you are either a natural born leader or you are not. The term great man was used because, at the time, leadership was thought of primarily as a male quality, especially in terms of military leadership. The great man theory of leadership became popular during the 19th century. Mythology behind some of the world's most famous leaders, such as Abraham Lincoln, Julius Caesar, Mahatma Gandhi, and Alexander the Great, helped contribute to the notion that great leaders are born and not made. In many examples, it seems as if the right man for the job seems to emerge almost magically to take control of situation and lead a group of people into safety or success. Historian Thomas Carlyle also had a major influence on this theory of leadership. He stated, "The history of the world is but the biography of great men." According to Carlyle, effective leaders are those gifted with divine inspiration and the right characteristic. Some of the earliest research on leadership looked at the people who were already successful leaders. These individuals often include aristocratic rulers who achieved their position through birthright. Because people of a lesser social status had fewer opportunities to practice and achieve leadership roles. It contributes to the idea that leadership is an inherent ability. Even today, people often describe prominent leaders as having the right qualities or personality for the positions. This implies that inherent characteristics are what make these people effective leaders. Next is strength of the great man theory. It has certain qualities like persuasiveness, charm, demanding personality, increased amount of perception, courage, intellect, aggressiveness, and be action-oriented with skill that they cannot be taught or learned. Leadership characteristics are passed through the genes, either you have them or you do not. Examples are from great leaders such as Abraham Lincoln, Kemal Atatürk, General de Gaulle, Mahatma Gandhi, and others. These were leaders that were naturally born with qualities of leadership and accomplished greatness by marvelous plans. But the weakness or limitation of the great man theory is it does not have a scientific basis and experimental legitimacy. The theory is more of a provisional perception. The limitation of the great man theory, apart from the unlikelihood and characteristic being passed through genes, is the ridiculous belief that some people become successful and great leaders based on their surrounding situation. Many new theories and even by some leaders are rejecting the great man theory. Another point of view is that one cannot rule out the inherent nature of some of the leadership's characteristics. Just as there are some talented individuals who show leadership behavior from an early age and pass a significant amount as instinctive knowledge. The conclusion, Sociology Herbert Spencer suggests that the leaders were products of the society in which they live. In Study of Sociology, Spencer wrote, "You must admit that the genesis of a great man depends on the long series of complex influence which has produced the race in which he appears and the social state into which that race has lowly ground. Before he can remake his society must make him." Second, one of the key problems with the great man theory of leadership is that not all people who pass the so-called natural leadership qualities actually become great leaders. If leadership was simply an inborn quality, then all people who pass the necessary traits will eventually find themselves in leadership roles. Lastly, research has instead found that leadership is a surprisingly complex subject and that numerous factors influence how successful a particular leader may or may not be. Characteristics of the group, the leader in power, and the situation all interact to determine what type of leadership is needed and the effectiveness of their leadership. Thank you.